I am Lucy Edwards, Director of Strategic Engagement at Metaport and VHT Studios. And today I am at Howard Hanna Real Estate, and my guest is Alicia Kosec.
Yes.
Alicia, so you take care of all, as I understand, the whole state of Ohio as far as you are managing all the offices?
So I am the president of Northern Ohio and Michigan. So it does not include Central Ohio, which is the Columbus market. That's another president, but all of Northeast Ohio, Toledo, and Michigan. So that's the offices that I oversee.
That's a big territory.
It's a big territory.
How many offices do you have?
I believe 56.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how many agents?
Oh, good question. I think 2,700.
Nice.
Yeah.
You have your hands full.
I have my hands full.
Do you have to travel and visit everybody?
Yes. That's the goal. I haven't been to every office yet, but I have definitely. We were up in Michigan last week. I was in Toledo a couple weeks before. So I was on the west side this morning of Cleveland. So I am definitely getting around and making my rounds to all of the offices. The goal is to have every office visited by end of year.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
Yeah.
I'm sure you complete that task. What about your real estate career? How did you land? Were you always in real estate? Did you have a previous life in corporate world?
Yes, I was not always in real estate. I'm from Youngstown, Ohio. I graduated from Youngstown State University with a degree in finance and accounting, and I went right into county government. I was the assistant director of accounting for the Mahoning County auditor.
Oh, okay.
And so, a lot of spreadsheets that you had to do by hand. Back then we didn't have computers.
Right.
And it just wasn't my cup of tea to sit behind a desk all day and work on spreadsheets and reports over and over. But I did that. And I got married. I had 4 children. And it was very hard to manage 4 children and work an 8-to-5 job. So in 98, someone locally in Youngstown suggested that I'd be great in real estate. He owned a small little company, and he was also a builder. And so I got into real estate. I went to school, got my license in 98, and started with his small little local company. Mm-hmm. And he quickly sold to a franchise. And so then I became part of this franchise company where they brought 3 local companies together. And I felt that I got lost in the mix. Although the first year there, I was the rookie of the year. So I guess it wasn't that bad. Mm-hmm. And around that time, I met Hoby Hanna.
Oh, okay.
They had come into Ohio, into my market, the Youngstown market, the Mahoning Valley. And Hoby was a regional manager. And he met me through new construction. And he recruited me over to the office in a suburb of Youngstown called Poland, Ohio.
Okay.
So I started working for the Hannas in 2001 as an agent. I did a lot of new construction, ran a lot of parades of homes for them in our valley, and did that until 2006. I was the top producer in that office for a couple years. And then in 2006, the manager of my office retired, and Hoby suggested that I think about being manager. And I said, no, I don't want a 9-to-5 job. That's not why I did this. And so he kind of, forgot about it. I forgot about it. And then I thought about it a little, and then I started investigating it more. And I became manager of that office in May of 2006. Managed that office until May of 2017. Grew that office to be the #1 office in 2008, the most improved office in 2007. And a consistent top producing office. We have great agents. I recruited a lot of good people over and then brought a lot of new people on and trained them. And so then I became a regional vice president in 2017, and I had, I think, 11 offices. And then in 2021, they added 5 more offices onto my group. And so I managed, the Mahoning Valley and a lot of the east side offices of the Ohio company for Howard Hanna. And I got to really know a lot of agents up into the Cleveland market. And then this year, March of 2023, I became the president of Ohio North and Michigan.
Well, what a super successful story. Well, Alicia, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, but you built it with your own hands, your own heart, your own soul.
Oh yeah, it was in every step of the way was a learning process, and every step was instrumental to get to the next step. So
Right.
when I look back, there was no way you could shortcut how I got here. And my family wasn't in real estate. It wasn't in my blood. It wasn't in my DNA. My father's an attorney. My daughter's an attorney. My sister's an attorney. So that was the route I thought I'd take. But then I had babies and just didn't go that way.
But listen, I'm so happy you are where you are.
I am too. I am too. And, I'm in my 50s, and to hit this type of success in your 50s as a female is incredibly empowering.
Mm-hmm.
And, I feel like this is one of the few companies in real estate where that can happen. So I'm really proud to work for the Hanna family.
Well, yeah, it's an amazing family. And we actually work with other companies that are part of Howard Hanna real estate, like, for example, Coach Realtors, Howard
Right.
Hanna, and Rand
Right.
in New Jersey and New York. And yeah, everyone is so impressed with the relationship, with that family feeling, yet it's a large company that offers a lot to their agents. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about how brand of Howard Hanna can be leveraged by you, your agents in the field with buyers, sellers, and
Well,
clients.
I think the fact that it's a family-owned business is incredibly important. There are a lot of companies that are family-owned businesses, but they're hyper-local, they're small.
Mm-hmm.
We are small as well per office, but each office is connected through the family. We're not a franchise company. We do have some franchise offices, but for the most part, we're family-owned offices. But the Hanna family gives each manager, they empower them to run each office as if it was. I remember Hoby telling me, imagine that this is Alicia Kosec real estate with the umbrella of Howard Hanna over it, and run it as you would. So that's what we do for our managers.
I love that.
Yeah.
Run it as your own business.
Yes. So it's very entrepreneurial. And it really causes you to think strategically and creatively, and not just manage, but really lead, I guess, is important. The brand is so unique because it's a family-owned business. The history of it from 1957 all the way up is really something when you look at what they've built from this little office in Oakland, Pennsylvania. But we really intend to give our agents and their clients the best marketing, the best tools, the best support. So it starts with the management team. Each manager has had a successful career in real estate that they have given up to now become a manager. So they are non-competing. And I think that's really important.
It is very important.
Because their success is dependent on the success of the agents in their office. So they use their skill set to grow those agents. So choosing a manager that is going to lead is very important. Giving that manager a lot of tools and support and coaching to make their office successful is very important. Our marketing and tech stack, and I know you'll talk to marketing more tomorrow, we offer an incredible platform for our agents. And they don't have to pick and choose because they don't have to pay for it. It is part of the package that we give to all agents. And we offer unique tools. So our 100% money back guarantee, which, from the moment I joined Howard Hanna, I was taught about that. And that really is such an incredible listing tool for an agent to have in their arsenal when going on a listing. And it's also a powerful tool to have with a buyer if a buyer doesn't want to make a full price offer, or is a little bit concerned about not knowing a market, a neighborhood. So that's a good example of a wonderful tool that's unique to us, that makes us unique and gives us a unique offering for our agents.
And also being part of leading real estate companies of the world, I think it is a great reputation in a way, right? It's by invitation only. It's very hard to be part of that organization and that not networking organization. And you are, and you have been participating, Howard Hanna and Hoby now also quite a bit.
Decades, yes.
Decades.
I think, it is the #1 referral network in the world for real estate, and we belong to it. And you're right, you have to be invited in. There are plenty of companies that would love to be a part of leading RE that just don't have the market share to join. You have to show excellence in real estate, own the market that you're in many markets, And it's an incredible network. I placed a referral to San Diego, California, and it was a very high-end referral through a local friend. And they placed it with the perfect agent. I couldn't have done that. And I really feel that if I was part of a franchise company, it wouldn't have gone to the best agent. Because franchise companies are all broken apart. Through Leading RE, we can really place the referral with the right person and service our clients well. That network and the marketing that comes with it and the classes that they offer for our agents, that in and of itself is a huge value proposition that honestly, I don't think we play up enough as managers. Because we have so much. I think if there's any fault of ours, we have so much, and we have to really focus on what's really important. And Leading RE is one of those things. And as managers, we really need to talk about it and explain to agents why it's so important, especially when we're recruiting and when we're talking to agents from other companies.
And also, it's a big investment on the part of Howard Hanna. It's it's financial investment. It's also the research, the development that they have to invest as a company, right?
Oh, yes.
And yeah, I think it's great for agents to have that in their toolbox. It's the reputation. So when you talk about being part of Leading RE, it's also the reputation of the company.
Right. And it's internationally known. It's an international organization. So it's very well known across all brands, all markets. The other thing is they have a lot of training, a lot of coaching. I was sent a few years ago before the pandemic to attend the Maestro program for the year, I think it was 2019. And it really helped me grow as a leader and grow the skill set that, I have today. And Leading RE was a big part of that. And the Hanna sent me there for that purpose. So, they invest in their leaders for sure.
Well, speaking of leadership, what about you and your office managers? I really appreciate the fact that your office managers have the freedom of running each office as their own business. They're CEO of that office.
That office, yeah.
Yeah. What about coaching? Does the company offer some events and coaching one-on-one? Do you spend time with managers and coach them how to deal with agents in different situations?
Yeah, we offer no shortage of coaching within the company. First of all and foremost, there is a leadership meeting every other week here at home office.
Oh,
so we meet with the management team and the regional vice presidents, the heads of different departments. So our mortgage, our title, our marketing, our education, our recruiting, and we have a 3-hour meeting every other Friday that is part of its coaching, part of its training, part of its updating on the market. Part of it is just going over where we are, where we need to be. That's one facet of it. The regional vice presidents also on the alternate weeks have their own meetings with just their regions. So that is another aspect. But as far as coaching is concerned, we bring in someone from outside of the company every year. And we have a coaching program. We just did it this year with our management team and with the president team of across the states. We started there and now we drilled down to the management team. And it's all about learning how to lead better, learning how to coach better, learning how to get the agents to realize their goals and help them establish their goals and then achieve their goals. We have manager advances. We don't call them retreats because we never move back, we move forward. So we have manager advances every few years. Now that kind of went by the wayside during the pandemic, but we're bringing it back this year. And we bring in an outside speaker, we read a book that is germane to what we want to talk about during that advance. We do a lot of manager breakout groups. We just came off of this past Friday. In the summer, we do a team building kind of thing. And we went to Fairport Harbor to the home of one of our regional VPs. And we had a wonderful day by Lake Erie, really just getting to know each other on a more social level, more relaxed level, mixing it up because each region tends to sit with each other. So we spread it around and we had a really good time, but it's all devised it's much harder to be argumentative with another manager if you have a deal, if you know that person. And I believe we all have the same goals. So we have to keep our emotions in check and remember that as leaders, it's up to us to find solutions to problems.
Well, beautifully said, that's for sure. No, it is very important, and you belong to the same brand, you're under the same umbrella. You have to work together, you have to learn from each other.
Yes.
And offer each other support, especially in today's environment when everyone is moving, your clients are moving from state to state, city to city. You have to work well with together and support each other.
It's so important. One of the things that I learned early on in this business is, we want to build clients for life, of course, but the people we're going to deal with the most is each other, because we're going to keep doing transactions with each other.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have to be best friends, but we have to be professional and we have to respect one another and work together, because everyone has the same goal, getting to the closing table.
Right.
That's we all have that goal. So if all of our goals are the same, then we should all work to get there and not be antagonistic. So that's really one of the things that I think our management team does well. We work together well. I mean, it's a very stressful business, and sometimes things get heated, but I feel like they really are they know each other, they care about each other, they know the goals of the company. We are a family-owned business. So keeping those values in place is, I think, important for me to demonstrate and for them to execute on.
No, absolutely. And I also would like to mention, based on what you just said, how important it is to work together and to step away from some differences that you might have and not put them on top of the priorities, but prioritize what's good for your agents, what's good for their clients, and how they can build their business, support their business, because your success depends on their success.
Absolutely. We all have the same end goal. Maybe we have different routes of getting there, but we don't need to crash into each other, because we're not going to get to the goal if we do that.
That is true. Let's talk about social media. Social media is important.
Yes.
And regardless whether you like it or not, you're going to live with it. So how do you utilize social media in your everyday work, and how you work with your agents on social media?
Social media is a really interesting part of our business that has exploded in recent years. And I think the company has a great social media strategy and marketing initiative for social media. So a lot of times you can just go to one of our company pages, the Howard Hanna Real Estate page or the Howard Hanna Midwest page, and find incredible content. And for a long time, I would do things like that. Go there and kind of copy their content. Well, then the company offered us something called Agent Icon, which is the ability to create your own content, but frame it within the brand.
Okay.
So today I was teaching, I was sitting in on a class and teaching. We have an Ascend program that we do. It's a 6-week program, and we do it for agents looking to grow to the next level. I was on the west side of Cleveland, and I took a picture of all the participants. Well, I could just have posted it from there, but I went to the Agent Icon app, and it framed it really well, and it gave me the hashtags, so it's built in for the agents. So that's personal posting, but they also have content from a wide range of sources. So I can pull buyer content, seller content, prospecting content, questions and answers. So there's so much there that I could post every day something different and never have the same post as anybody else. Mm-hmm. So we offer that as a tool for agents. And it's a way that they can take a picture of their listing and get it out there on social media using the brand very easily. We talk a lot about social media because I think it's very important to maintain a professional appearance on social media. Mm-hmm. Even if you have a private page, unless you are really limiting your people that are on your page to just a close group of friends, you have to be aware that your content is out there. And even if you're posting something that you did with your family, it has to align with your brand, your personal brand. Mm-hmm. So every now and then we see things that we think could hurt an agent, and we let them know. And then every so often we see things that can, be construed as not ethical. Mm-hmm. I've got to say, I don't believe a lot of Howard Hanna agents do that. I see it more with other companies. Mm-hmm. I've seen a lot of some negative posts lately because we made some changes to the way we market. In Northeast Ohio. We've gone from an IDX website to a virtual office website.
Okay.
It's just a different way of advertising, but it caused a lot of our competitors to not understand and be very upset, and they got very negative on social media. I don't think that does anything for their personal brand. And our agents, I love our agents, they wanted to defend it, but I was like, just stay away from it, because it doesn't look professional to volley that negativity back and forth. So just focus on the positive and, let them be negative.
Yeah, let them complain. But listen, we all have to play in the same sandbox. It doesn't benefit anyone to be negative about a different brand. I mean, I think when competitors work well together, it only shows how professional people are, the agents are. And I think it just works in your advantage.
Well, yeah, and we had some professionals, some competitors who really were like, hey, they're being disruptive. They're changing the game a little. They're moving the ball. Kudos to them. I think it's funny because some competitors in certain markets will say that we're old, we're stodgy, we're traditional. And then we make a move that's very disruptive to the industry. And then it's like, they're moving our cheese. What are they doing? And so you have to pick. But I think that we are disruptors, we're innovators. And I think that we start things and everyone looks at it and goes a little crazy about it. And then the year later, they're doing the same thing that they complained about the prior year, because we are the leaders. And I think it's the Hannas and their vision that propels us forward with innovative changes. I could talk about many things that they've done that have changed the industry for the better.
Absolutely. And what would you wish to a brand new agent, that maybe someone comes from a different career, maybe someone decided that will be their first career ever. What do you wish to those people who are joining real estate industry?
Well, if they're just joining the real estate industry, I think it's very important that they do their homework on the different companies out there, and that they realize that it's about much more than a commission split, because 100% of nothing is nothing. You need to learn. You need to be in an environment where the manager is completely bought into your success and wants to help you grow. You need to be present. A lot of people nowadays don't want to go into the office, but this is a relationship business. You can't do real estate from home. I mean, you can do work at home, but you can't practice real estate at home. You've got to be out and about. So I believe that new agents, they get into the business because a lot of different reasons, but one of the things they want is flexibility, right? They don't want to work 9 to 5, but you have to earn that flexibility. So in the beginning, you kind of do have to work 9 to 5. You have to work hard, and you have to be in the office, be seen, and things happen.
And learn from each other and learn from others with experience.
Learn from the busy agents, because I'll tell you, I was in the office a lot as a new agent, and a busy agent would see me over and over again, and they'd hear me and they'd say, okay, she manages herself pretty well. And when they were super busy, they'd say, can you just take this buyer and run them? You don't even owe me anything. Or can you do this open house? I built my career as an agent on open houses. And we still preach that at Howard Hanna today. They're so important. So being in the office, getting to know your fellow agents, getting to have those relationships, that's so important to growing as a new agent. Attending all of the classes that they can attend that we offer. There are a lot of online classes, but there are a lot of in-person classes. Going to meetings every single Tuesday. I think that's such a great way to grow and learn and be in the mix and be in the know. Doing opportunity time as a new agent, it's crucial. And staying away from the negatives. I probably should have started with that, because there's always going to be negatives, and there's going to be negative people in every office telling you, oh, don't do that. Don't listen to your manager. She doesn't know what she's talking about. Don't do an open house. Do it. Stay away from the negatives. Listen to your manager. Be with positive people. And I like to say, and I'm not original in this because I heard it somewhere and I can't remember where, but I've been using it for years, that real estate is kind of like a recipe. If you follow the recipe exactly, what you get is going to taste really good. If you leave a few things out, it may still look the same, but it's not going to taste the same. So you've got to really follow what your manager is telling you. And it's simple. It's not complex. Follow the recipe. You'll have success. Use the phone to talk, believe it or not, that actually works. A lot of people don't want to.
Versus just texting, yeah.
Right. And just, I guess just absorb as much training and education and as much from other agents as you can. Absorb everything your manager has to offer, and anytime he or she has to give you, go to all the meetings, go to all the trainings, do online trainings with us through our Leading RE subscription that we offer to the agents for free. Learn as much as you can and just be present. Because if you're just, around the mix, things are going to happen. And I would also say wear your Howard Hanna pin if you're with Howard Hanna, because it starts a conversation wherever you go. I don't care if you go to a coffee shop, if you're pumping gas, if you're in the grocery store, wearing your Howard Hanna pin is a sure way to get business.
Well, you're so well known. Your brand is everywhere.
Yeah.
So you own the market.
You do. And we have something called a BOP shop, which is what the founder of Howard Hanna, Mr. Hanna's grandchildren called him Bop. Mm-hmm. So we have a BOP shop, and we offer a lot of Howard Hanna merchandise. And I'm like, buy a few tops. But if you go to exercise, wear Howard Hanna workout wear. I do when I go to exercise, because everyone knows me as the Howard Hanna person. Mm-hmm. I also drive a Hanna-mobile, so that helps.
Here is the referral business.
People will say, you're in real estate, right? You work for Howard Hanna, right? Can I ask you? And it starts from there.
Well, beautiful story. Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Alicia. And I love your advice to bring new agents. And I'm sure they will follow it because it makes sense. Follow the recipe.
Yeah, it's not complex. You just have to do the basic stuff. There's no magic pill. It's like losing weight. There's just no magic pill. You have to do the basics and it'll work. And everyone knows what those are. Once you start going to the office and you learn, then it's just implementing, making your phone calls, prospecting, doing open houses, doing opportunity time, talking to people, getting involved in organizations and showing up.
Yeah, and invest in education and
Big
learn.
Big time.
And use the tools that the company is already spent money, efforts.
I can tell you, I don't think anyone could get through all of the online training we offer. There's so much of it, and it's so good. I tell managers, if you're ever stuck with a topic for a Tuesday meeting, just pick one of the myriad of topics, because they offer checklists and worksheets and so much information, and you can show it on the screen and then talk about it afterwards. There's so much there, but there's no shortage of training, experience. And I would also say every agent should have a mentor. I really believe that. And I don't mean that in the sense that an assigned mentor, but just someone that they look up to and can ask questions outside of their manager. I had one, and she ended up really propelling me in the business. When I was working, she was an older, experienced agent that didn't like the computer, and the computer had just started to take forefront in our business. And so I did her computer work, and we created such a great relationship that she trusted me and, started to refer a lot of her business to me.
Oh, great. So work both ways.
Work both ways.
Well, thank you, Alicia. Thank you so much. Great brand, a beautiful company, fabulous agents, management, leadership, which is very important. Not management, leadership.
Leadership,
yeah. Leadership is extremely important because it all comes from the top.
Yes.
And if you have the right leaders who believe in what they do, and then everyone will follow.
That's true. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Cheers, everybody.